Are you tired of endlessly copying and pasting text into your AI? Dragging files back and forth, hitting those frustrating API limits, and just feeling like you're doing all the heavy lifting for a machine that's, well, supposed to be helping you? So welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking you on a journey from managing a basic, everyday chatbot to actually architecting a 24/7 autonomous AI engineering team. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this, because what we're unpacking today is going to fundamentally change how you interact with technology and, honestly, how you scale your own productivity.
To really understand why this matters right now, we have to look at the massive shift in business adoption that just triggered an all-out free usage war. The AI landscape is shifting so fast that the biggest platforms are practically throwing high-tier access at developers just to secure their loyalty. I mean, this intense competition is driving some incredible tools directly into our hands, and this free usage war deeply benefits you and the infrastructure you're about to build.
Okay, here's our roadmap for getting there. We'll be covering the AI coding war, upgrading from a chatbot to a coworker, building that digital engineering team, looking at why CLIs completely beat APIs, and finally, becoming an autonomous architect. Let's jump right into Section 1, the AI coding war and the battle for your workflows. This enterprise land grab is accelerating rapidly, and it's resulting in these insane usage limits that empower you to build autonomous systems for practically nothing. Just look at how this played out. Back in April 2026, Anthropic actually overtook OpenAI in business adoption. Huge milestone, right? But OpenAI didn't just sit back. Sam Altman fired back immediately, offering an entire month of free Codex usage to any company willing to switch. And Anthropic's response? A massive 50% boost to Claude Code's weekly limits right through July. This fierce, high-stakes back and forth means you literally have more tokens and more computing power at your disposal right now than ever before. So, to grasp how to actually use all this new power, we're going to use the 5 levels of Claude maturation arc. Think of it as leveling up, moving from a level 1 brilliant intern with absolutely no memory all the way up to a level 5 autonomous architect. Now, most people just stay stuck at level 1, treating AI like a glorified search bar. They ask a question, get an answer, start over. But today, we're skipping right past those beginner stages. We're heading straight for the upper echelons of this framework, showing you how to turn these systems into a highly capable, completely independent digital workforce.
Which brings us to Section 2, from chatbot to coworker, upgrading the intern.
Moving past that basic search bar mentality of levels 1 and 2, we enter level 3, where your AI actually starts taking action. At this level, Claude Cowork shifts the AI from a simple brainstorming buddy into an executive assistant that can organize files, run code, and execute skills right on your local machine. This isn't just a browser window anymore. It runs in an isolated virtual machine with real read and write access to the specific folders that you permit. Imagine pointing it at your chaotic downloads folder and just telling it to organize, rename, and summarize the whole mess. You literally walk away to grab a coffee, and by the time you're back, the work is done. It's a fundamental shift in how work gets executed.
And this is a massive wake-up call for anyone stuck in the manual copy-paste loop. Seriously, stop pasting text. By connecting your existing Office apps, you are removing yourself as the bottleneck, and you can save up to 10 hours a week. With over 50 native connectors available, you just authenticate your accounts once, and suddenly your AI can pull the latest spec docs straight from your Google Drive, read a complex thread in Slack, or check your GitHub repo, all without you ever lifting a single finger. It operates seamlessly within your own ecosystem.
All right, let's graduate to level 4, Section 3, the digital engineering team, where parallel productivity really shines. This is where the real engineering rigor begins. You stop being an operator and you start managing a team. 5. That is the magic number here. Developers in Anthropic are actively running 5 isolated Claude Code terminal sessions in parallel, outputting massive pull requests simultaneously. We're talking about spinning up specialized sub-agents for dedicated jobs. So you've got one for testing, one for security review, and one for documentation. And because they all run in their own isolated work trees, they don't overwrite each other's files. You essentially fire off these 5 parallel agents, go about your day, and return to find completed, comprehensively tested software updates fully ready for your review. It's just unparalleled productivity. As you scale up to these advanced levels, how your agents talk to other software becomes absolutely crucial. It's the difference between success and a completely crashed context window. So let's look at Section 4, why CLIs beat APIs. Here is the efficiency secret. Command line interfaces, or CLIs, not APIs or MCPs, are the native language of highly efficient AI agents. See, while we humans love clicking buttons on a beautiful graphic interface, agents absolutely thrive on raw text commands. A CLI lets your AI talk directly to another software tool locally, incredibly fast and securely. It strips away all that visual noise and gets straight to the underlying data. There is a stark contrast between these two methods. APIs were originally built for traditional code, right? So they send back massive, complex JSON files. Think of JSON bloat as just giant chunks of digital filler. And for an AI agent that is paying for every single token it reads, that digital filler quickly drains its context window, its short-term memory, and drives your costs through the roof. CLIs, on the other hand, are built specifically for agents. They feature local SQLi databases, meaning no round trips to a server, no rate limits, and they output clean, pre-formatted text summaries that are incredibly cheap to process.
The real-world results here are just staggering. Check out this test where an agent queried posts from a school community, which, by the way, doesn't even have a public API. A raw web request slammed the agent's memory with 132,000 tokens. That is a massive hit to your wallet and the agent's processing capability. But by routing it through a CLI, all the heavy lifting happened behind the scenes. The CLI processed those 132,000 tokens in the background, but only passed a 2,000 token summary into the actual context window. That is exactly how you keep your AI fast, cheap, and deeply focused on the task at hand.
Now you might be wondering, what if a site doesn't have an official CLI? Well, using tools like Printing Press, your AI can reverse engineer sites like Craigslist or ESPN to build its own custom CLIs in under 10 minutes. This is a total game changer. If a tool you need lacks an interface, this factory helps your agent literally build one on the fly. It opens up an entirely new world where your AI can efficiently navigate, scrape, and pull clean data from almost any corner of the web without getting bogged down by traditional limitations.
Okay, let's hit the top tier. Section 5, the Autonomous Architect. Let's see how all of this builds into a robust ecosystem that operates perfectly while you are completely away from your desk or even fast asleep.
Meet your ultimate Level 5 infrastructure tool, Hermes. Boasting over 140,000 GitHub stars, Hermes was created by News Research and takes the concept of an AI assistant to a totally new paradigm. Because it's completely open source, it runs entirely on your own private hardware, ensuring total privacy. Plus, you can integrate it natively through Telegram. That means you can literally text it from your phone while you're out on a walk, and it immediately springs into action, executing complex tasks remotely on your servers.
Hermes actually thrives on 5 core pillars, constantly updating its own files to serve you better. First, memory ensures durable context across sessions so it never forgets your ongoing projects. Next, skills are reusable recipes for consistent, repeatable outputs. The soul file gives the agent a distinct, custom personality. Crons allow it to run scheduled, proactive automations in the background without you ever having to trigger them. And finally, the self-improving loop. This means that as you work together, the agent actually learns. It rewrites its own memory and skill files to optimize its workflows for the very next time you interact.
But to scale this securely, strict compartmentalization is absolutely essential. Think of your virtual private server, your VPS, as the office building that you own in the cloud. Now, you wouldn't put your finance intern and your marketing intern at the exact same desk sharing the exact same passwords, right? Docker containers act as isolated, locked rooms within that office building for each agent. This ensures your marketing agent cannot accidentally access the sensitive API keys or credentials of your finance agent. This level of secure architecture is exactly what separates a fun weekend experiment from true production-grade infrastructure.
So the final hurdle to becoming a true Level 5 architect isn't actually technical capability. It's simply learning to trust the incredible systems you are now equipped to build. I mean, almost anyone can set up a scheduled cron job or a basic Python script. The real test is letting go of the steering wheel. It's starting small, watching these autonomous agents run perfectly day after day, and gradually handing over more and more responsibility. So I want to leave you with this final thought. The tools to build a 24/7 digital team are right here in your hands right now. The question is, are you ready to trust them? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks some amazing ideas for your own workflows.